Hey y'all, it's me, Dr. Lynn Daniel, coming to you today on this Sunday, March 6th, 2022. And today I just want to talk a little bit about, writing and publishing as a doctorate, I guess. And the reason why I am I'm not 100% sure is because I just finished participating in, we have Facebook groups. Of course, on Facebook, doctoral groups, different ones, and on Sundays, the qualitative um, in education. What's the name of the group? Qualitative Research in Education group meets or has a topic of discussion on Facebook that is led by Dr. Kakali Bhattacharya, and you've probably seen a video where I interviewed her a few months back on this channel. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and check it out. She's awesome. So I just finished participating, listening to her give all this wisdom and knowledge about, developing our theoretical inspirational framework, map, if you will, that will help to guide us in writing, writing for publication, determining our center, our core message or our core focus, and using this mind map to anchor us in our voice and in what we want to share and say on our expertise to our audience. And so I was a member of her S2S group a few months back over the summer. I really enjoyed that group. In that group, all of us were PhDs or, doctorates. Many of them were in higher ed in some capacity. I am in secondary education. I teach high school, but I think the majority of the members were in higher ed, teaching in universities and colleges across the globe, United States predominantly. And so in that group, Dr. Bhattacharya was able to help us to get centered around our message, what points that we want to speak on, and what people we wanted to hear our message. And so we finished up the meeting just a few minutes ago. I had already planned to film a video today because a writing project that I participated in a few years back. I think we started writing this in 2018 or 2019. Two colleagues and I collaborated on a piece that we were wanting to have published, and it finally was published as a book chapter, and so that book chapter is coming out. And so I was gonna make a video anyway and just kind of talk about it. So yeah. But I'm here, and I just want to encourage you all, even, if you're a PhD, if you're a student, if you're finished, you've already defended, you've been in the field teaching or serving. The thing about what I am discovering about writing for publication, finding my voice is very it's very fundamental and necessary to have the voice, to know what it is that, the theoretical framework, the concepts that are being put forth, and then the position and the lens and the messaging and the wording, all of that. And so when I was reading over the book chapter last night, I was like, wow, my voice has developed. My voice has changed since my friends and I collaborated on that piece a few years back, and reconfigured it, and now it's a book chapter. My voice is evolving. The more I am engaged with academia, the more I am sitting in circles and listening and growing and developing. Um, my voice is becoming more clear and um, more honed on the message that I clearly want to articulate. So I've been a teacher for I've been a teacher for almost 40 years. I've been a classroom teacher, middle school, predominantly middle school, reading English, so in language literacy, special reading, yeah. And so I know this stuff. I know it because I've been doing it and I do it and I train to do it. So I know it like the back of my hand, like breathing. Um, and so when I write about literacy for various audiences or various groups of students, primarily adolescents, I really want to make sure that the message is very clearly articulated about what is necessary to help adolescents become well-rounded readers, and skillful writers. And so I hope you get a chance to, I think I'm going to add the link in the description bar so you all can take a look at the work, the chapter that my friends and I collaborated on. And, you can take a look at it and then, see what you can glean from it. And if you are an educator, if you are a PhD, what I got from Dr. Bhattacharya, who I consider her a mentor of sorts, because I spent many weeks and months working closely with her in her S2S program. And prior to that, we had another program, if you will, of writing and of, paying attention to how we were presenting our information, how we were speaking to it and of it and presenting it in our writing. So I have adopted her as a mentor, okay? I feel that she's just a wise woman. Her experience is, her life experience has shaped her into the educator that she is now. And it makes her relatable and it helps her to understand the walks of other people in other paths, especially people of color in non-traditional roles. Like for me, I consider myself a non-traditional student because, well, I started off as a traditional student. I graduated high school at the age of 18 and I went on to college. But over the course of my college career, I got married and my husband and I, my late husband, rest in peace, we started a family. And that made me a non-traditional student because I had different needs at that time, and which required various levels of support that a traditional student did not need. And so back in the day, in the 1980s, it was just a different mindset. It was a new mindset of welcoming young women into these fields and into these roles who were non-traditional, because did you know that previous teachers, like I would think back in the 1950s and maybe even the 1960s, if a teacher was pregnant, that teacher was not allowed to teach. Now you can Google this and research this on your own. And I'm speaking of in the United States. So when I completed my student teaching, I was pregnant with my second child. And so I was breaking a lot of the traditional molds that had been established for teachers. When I started teaching, my youngest daughter, was 5 months old. So all of these experiences have helped to shape my voice and my perspective and how I look at teacher education, and then also how I look at instructing students, because we have students who are in non-traditional family scenarios, lifestyle situations, students who or living with grandparents or with non-blood related family, or adopted family, or non-traditional family scenarios, and are taking on roles that typically may not be seen as traditional um, roles for adolescents. So I think, and I really sense that my experience has definitely added value to the way that I teach and the way that I see my students, the way that I interact with my colleagues, the way that I even view education and schooling for adolescent students. So, so yeah, that's my video today. I just wanted to step in, invite you all to write. If you're not writing, publish. If you're not publishing, keep publishing. If you are, keep writing. If you are, and then if you're just a fan, or your friend who you're viewing and supporting me, thank you. I really appreciate it. You all just click in the link. I am going to add in the link to our book. Our chapter is I think, chapter 14. And so, but look at all the chapters. It's a wealth of information in this book. So, all right. Thank y'all so much. Be blessed. Bye.